Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna work on the peyote circle. This is 25mm peyote circle I made with Delicas, 11-0 Tohos, and 3mm bicones. Now I'm really excited to actually do this because this is going to be part of my long-term project that I'm gonna start in the next tutorial. I don't know if many of you are following my project long necklace. You know, I started like over a year ago, and randomly I add more things to it where, you know, we made like long chains and then started doing tons of different pendants that you can just attach to them, and you know they're just interchangeable. You can make all sorts of different colors. So I had another idea in my head which I'm not gonna tell you about yet. You just have to wait until the next tutorial, but this is going to be a part of that. So I'm gonna show you how to do this today, and in the next tutorial I'm gonna reveal what it's going to be part of. So it's a very simple project. You're just gonna need a bit of Delicas. I don't really know the code for this because it came in one of the D stashes I buy and I didn't have a code for it, but it's 11-0 Delica. Then you will need 11-0 Tohos. This is, you can see the code here, 166CF, and it's 11-0. And then you will need 20 pieces of 3mm bicones. I'm using Swarovski. I think this is Peridot. Yeah, just need 20 pieces of this for one. Then you're gonna need your thread. I'm gonna be using gray because of all the subtle colors, and you know, this one's transparent, so I don't want any color showing through. So I'm gonna be using gray Nymo. Then you're gonna need your beading needle, size 10 or 11. And then you're gonna need your scissors and a stop bead to start off. So I'm gonna thread my needle with about 1.5 yards, I think. I think yard is probably enough, but I'm gonna take 1.5 yards and we'll get to work. So I'm gonna start with a stop bead. I'm gonna take my needle through the stop bead, leave a short tail that you can just sew it in. That's all you need it for, so I usually leave about 6 inches. And take your needle through the stop bead one more time. And because I like it steady, I'm gonna do it one more time. That's it. And then pick up 40 Delicas. So I picked up 40 Delicas. Please make sure you count properly because, you know, it's quite important you have the even number, and it's quite important you have 40, otherwise your square might end up a bit wonky. Your circle might end up a bit wonky. So make sure you have 40 Delicas and just drop it down to your stop bead. And I just have to turn it into a circle. So I'm just gonna take my needle through all those Delicas I just added. I might take a bit of time. And I'll just keep on going through until I pass my stop bead. Nothing difficult here. I'm just going through all those beads, and I want to make sure I pass my stop bead on the way. Well, you don't want to go through the stop bead, but just make sure you get across here. And once that's done, we start our peyote. So let me see if I can zoom in a bit more. So all I'm gonna do is just pick up one Delica, see where my thread is. All I'm gonna do is just skip one and then go through the next. And that will start creating your peyote stitch. Pick up one Delica, skip one, pick up the next. Pick up one Delica, skip one, pick up the next. And you just keep on going until you make the whole circle. So I almost made the whole circle. Now what I like to do, you know, you just wear it on your finger. It's actually easier to work like that. So now, when I'm finishing off the circle, pick up one Delica, skip one bead, go through the next one. Pick up one Delica, and this is the last Delica, so if you can see we're back to where Peyote actually started. So here I am, I'm gonna skip one, go through the last Delica here. Go through the last Delica here. Like so, and it's time to step up, so you basically go through the next Delica up. And now we just continue our Peyote, but this time with 11-0 Toho. So you pick up one 11-0 Toho, go through the next Delica. So you just basically go through the sticking out beads now. One Toho, go through the next sticking out Delica. One Toho, go through the next sticking out Delica. And you just keep on continuing until you come around. So I almost came around, so I'm just gonna take the last Toho, go through the last sticking out Delica, and step up, go through the next Toho up. And from here you add one more row of Toho. So you just pick up one 11-0, go through the next sticking out Toho, one, go through the next sticking out Toho. One, go through the next, and continue all the way around. Almost finished this side as well, so pick up one 11-0, go through the next sticking out bead. One 11-0, go through the last. And here we don't step up. Here, before we add the bicones, I want to make sure I add the 11-0s on this side as well. So to do that, see where I am? I just have to transition to the inside now. Go through the Delica here. Make sure you pull your thread nice and tight. Go through the next Delica down and another one. So I'm coming out of the sticking out Delica on the inside now. So I'm just gonna flip it over, and all I'm gonna do now is just pick up one Toho, go through the next sticking out Delica. One Toho, go through the next sticking out Delica. One Toho, go through the next sticking out Delica. And you just continue like that until you come all the way around. Now I'm about to pass the stop bead. Here you want to make sure when you are adding the Tohos, you turn this downwards, so when eventually it will end up on the outside of your circle, because you don't want to end up just, you know, flip it this way, keep on adding your Tohos, because when you close it, this will be on the way, so you don't want that. So what I mean, I'll just do this part with you. So here I am, coming close to it. Pick up one Toho, go through the next Delica. Here I am. One Toho. See, I am exactly where now is the stop bead, so I want to make sure I bent it downwards. Go through the next Delica, sticking out Delica. Pick up next, go through the next Delica. And I'll just continue with you because I'm pretty much done with the circle. Toho, next, sticking out Delica. Toho, go through the next, sticking out Delica. Toho, go through the next, sticking out Delica. Toho, go through the next. And the last one to finish this row. Toho and go through the last, sticking out Delica. And just like we did on the other side, we have to add one more row. So you just step up, going through the next Toho upwards. And just continue adding one Toho, go through the next sticking out bead. One Toho, go through the next sticking out bead. And continue like that until you come around and finish this circle. So we're almost done with the circle here. As you can see, I'm gonna pick up one Toho, go through the next sticking out. And the last one, see, you just have one small gap left. And last Toho, go through the next sticking out bead. And step up, going through the next Toho upwards. And now it's time to add our bicones. And we just add it just like any other bead. I'm gonna pick up one 3mm bicone, go through the next sticking out Toho. Pick up one 3mm, go through the next sticking out Toho. Pick up one 3mm, go through the next sticking out Toho. And you just continue like that until you add all 20. So I added 19, my last bicone. I'm gonna go through the last sticking out Toho. Step up to the next bicone. Here, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna squeeze these things together, the sides, and see, I'm coming out of the bicone. If you notice, your thread here lines up with the sticking out. Here, your thread lines up with the sticking out Toho on this side. So coming out of the bicone, I'm gonna go through the sticking out Toho on this side. Pull your thread, go through the next bicone on this side, go through the next sticking out bead on this side, go through the next bicone, go through the next sticking out bead on this side, next bicone, go through the next sticking out bead, next bicone. Next sticking out bead on this side. Next bicone. Next sticking out bead. We're basically zipping up peyote if you noticed. Just going through sticking out beads on both sides. On one side it's bicone and on this side it's a toho. I could have definitely done with 1 yard. I still have quite a lot of thread left and I'm almost finished. But because I'm using bicone here, I'm also gonna reinforce the top layer once I'm done with this circle. Bicone, toho, bicone, toho, bicone, toho, bicone, toho, bicone, toho, and the first bicone we were coming out of. Look. Gorgeous, isn't it? That's it, guys. Just reinforce your work if you want, get rid of the tails, and you end up with these gorgeous 25mm peyote circles. And here they are, our gorgeous circles. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, guys. I hope it wasn't too hard to watch. I try my best to pick up the nice colors and stuff, but you know, sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't really try to go for nice colors. Maybe I should try to go for obvious colors that really show on the camera, but you know, I just can't help myself. Sometimes I just like the colors and want to combine them. So I will go to editing and I hope you'll be able to see what I did with this one. And make sure to stay tuned for next tutorial as I'm really excited about the next one. Bye bye, guys.